Kelly, I can tell you what I think I know about grid view. So grid view was the extension that we all fell in love with towards the end of last year. Had its issues because uh, because it was like developed by a school someplace and it wasn't really Google tested. So Google is coming out with a new view. They say soon. I think they've mentioned sometime in September, October at the latest. Um, there'll be one. So the answer is no right now, but it's coming, and I know that they're working on it. At least they've said that they're working on it. I mean, I don't know. It's not like I've been to Google, but I've seen on Twitter that they're working on it. All right, it's 9:15. You ready to get going? I'm going to give you the quick, like 5-minute presentation about what this Share-A-Thon is all about, how it's been designed, and then now we'll kick it off, right? So this is all about you, not me presenting. So here we go. I'm going to hit present now. Present my entire screen. Share.
Hey, Dad, don't forget about closed captionings.
Thank you, Tucker. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the captions when I go into present mode. So right down here when you're in present mode, there's a captions feature. I'm going to turn it on. Okay, and I am going to actually put it at the top. At the top. There we go. Okay, so the name of this session is, oh my gosh, I wish everyone knew about this. It's the virtual Share-A-Thon. And you truly are the first ever because we haven't done this before. We're doing the same thing 3 more times today, so there'll be the second and third and fourth. I'm vamping because this is a time for you to click on this link or bring up a second device and scan the QR code because you'll want this slide deck later because it has a link to this this Google Sheet that we're going to share where all the ideas will be housed. All right, so you got it. It's bit.ly/Share-A-Thon 2020. Quick, take out your phone, take a picture of this if you need to, type it in real quick.
Could you put it in the chat?
Yeah, we can totally put it in the chat. Tucker, can you do that? bit.ly/Share-A-Thon 2020.
Yep. Also, you have to click the hide button because it's covering the bottom left square
of the QR code.
The QR code, so I can't scan it.
There you go. Thank you, facilitator. All right, one more second. Again, take out your phone, take a picture. You can always type it in from that. Just scan the QR code. All right, everyone good? Moving on.
What is the link?
The link is bit.ly/Share-A-Thon 2020. bit.ly/Share-A-Thon 2020. Got it? Okay. No, I don't have it. It will put it in the chat. Don't worry. Okay, so the facilitators for today are me. I'm Chris Bouguet. I'm the Assistive Technology Specialist here in Loudoun County Public Schools. And I am also what I like to think of myself as a inclusive design facilitator, meaning what I feel like my job is not so much about giving or helping people use technology, but really help them design their instruction using technology and do that from an inclusive lens. I primarily work with students with disabilities, and I love this opportunity to work with all of you to really think about, you know, if we design things for students with disabilities, we really design things for everybody. Joyce Sharp will be, she's one of our specialized instructional facilitators for assistive technology. She'll be popping in and out. She's helping in multiple sessions today. And then I recruited my son. My son's a sophomore over at Valley. Go Valley. I'm putting my Valley hat. Right. So he's my son over at Valley. And Tuck, do you want to say anything real quick?
Hi, everybody.
In the spirit of that we are authentic learning and meaningful contributions to the world, I got my son to help me today to make this meaningful contribution to the world. Okay, first strategy. Number 1, I'm going to start us off with Peanut Size Me. So Peanut Size Me is a website that you can use to make these little peanut characters. Bitmojis are awesome, but kids under the age of 12 might not be able to make those because of privacy laws. But this is a website you don't have to sign into. It's just you go to there, you create your little character, take a screenshot, and pop into it. So what is today? Today is a day where you're going to share your tips, your tricks, your hacks, or anything you found useful over the years, or even if it's your first year, that you think will be really helpful. Cool. you're going to be the ones that are presenting. I'm getting through this as fast as I can so we can maximize our time. Tucker, the facilitator, is going to look at the list in the chat of your names. So if you have something you want to share, you type your name in the chat. He is going to copy, paste it into a Google Doc, and he's going to cross things off as he goes. He's going to call your name, and that means it's your time to hit the share button, share your screen, pop on, and share. You have approximately 3 minutes to share your thing so we can get moving and get a lot of other people to share their thing. This will be an extremely boring and weird and awkward presentation if nobody shares, because I don't have anything prepared. I'm hoping that you all came with something in mind. You might not be able to get through all of it either. I mean, we've got over 200 people here in the rooms, I think. So at least that's how many people signed up. So that's okay if you want to just sit back, but I'm encouraging you to put your name in the chat, and then Tucker will call your name and you'll come on and you'll share your thing. Know that it's being recorded, and that my plan, if I can actually get it to work out, is to go back to these recordings and chop them up and get your like 2-minute segment. And let's say there were, after today is all over and we have all 4 sessions, there's 20 great literacy strategies. Well, maybe I can take those 20 great literacy strategies and put them into their own little learning experience. So later on, when you want to go back and go, oh, geez, I would like to learn about all the literacy strategies, you can watch all of these 3-minute segments. Cool. Rather than just 1-hour segment of the hodgepodge that we're doing right now. Make sense, everybody? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat? Cool. Now, here's where it gets a little crazy. So we have a spreadsheet called the Super Mega Awesome Share-A-Thon Google Sheet. Feel free to click on that link. And what it's going to do, it's going to take you to a spreadsheet that you all have editing access to. I'm going to do my best on this screen over here, where I have that up, to type in your name, type in the strategy or tool you're going to share, the platform that it might be on, like whether it's an iOS thing or it's a Chrome thing or it's a Microsoft 365 thing, or if it's just a website thing. And then I'm going to put the link, and I'm going to try and keep up with it as best as possible. But I'm happy to get your help with that. You know, hey, Chris, you spelled my name wrong. Oh, Chris, that's not the right hyperlink. I mean, let's do this, right? You all have editing rights. So note that, let's say Miss Urban comes on and she's talking about making videos or whatever she's going to share, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, there's this great thing that I want to share that's very similar to that. The very last column that we have is, hey, add your own resources. I got a thing that's very similar to what this person is saying. Let me put it over here as well. And by the end of the day, we will have a massive spreadsheet of tips, tricks, tools, and awesomeness. Cool? Sound good, everybody? That's right. Over 500 educators will have accessed this spreadsheet by the end of the day. Let's see what it looks like come 3:30. All right. Don't forget, at the end of the day, I'll come back and when there's just a few minutes left, and I'll remind you again to sign into my learning plan. All right. All right. I'm jumping out of present mode, and I'm going back here. And Tucker, who do we have first? Who did anyone put their name in yet?
No one yet.
All right. Who wants to be first?
I'm only signed up for this because I couldn't get in.
Well, we can hear you, and you're going to be
Griseda.
Nick Griseda. All right. Thanks, Nick. Come on in. Come on up.
So hopefully this will work.
Nick, are you sharing your screen? Oh, do I have to stop sharing my screen? All right, Nick. Nick is sharing publishyourdesign.com. Oh, you've already put it in there for me. Great. All right, and everyone else, go ahead and put your name in the chat if you've got something you want to share. All right, Nick's having technical issues. So who's up next? Irene. Tucker? Irene?
Hi.
All right, Miss Cosman.
Yep.
Irene, come on, share your screen and let's do it.
I will try my best. I am just learning all this stuff along with a lot of other educators. So the little thing that I decided to check out was what Chrome extensions are whitelisted. And one of the ones that I am loving is a web paint extension. So I've just added that. And web paint just lets me go ahead and draw on whatever I want to. So here is one of my classrooms. Hopefully you guys are seeing that, my specials classroom.
We see it, Irene.
I'm hoping so. Awesome. Okay. And then you can just click on that little web paint icon at the top once you download the extension. You can color match with this tool if you wanted to keep something in the same colors as is in your slide or whatever you're sharing. And then click on the pencil tool. You can circle or highlight something. Students can do this as well. And then you can also just take a picture of that. And now you've got a saved picture of what you have done, what you have changed about the document that you used web paint on. It's got a whole bunch of other little doodads. You can put shapes around things, make an arrow pointing to something super important. But it's kind of a fascinating tool, and I think it's going to be really handy when we're in those synchronous learning sessions. So thank you.
Perfect, Irene. Perfect. Hey, Irene, real quick. Just as an extension of what you were saying, WebPaint is a Google extension, and you said you were looking at what's whitelisted. Can you talk just a second? How did you know what was whitelisted? How did that's the thing? How do I know what kids can access and what they can't?
Well, first I check with my IFT, and she's super responsive. Thank you, Allison Pendelay. Shout out to you. And then also when you go to check out some of those Chrome extensions, if it's not on the list for you to use, you'll know. A little thing will pop up and just let you know, like, this one's okay. And if it's not, you know, it'll inform you of that as well. But I would always check with the IFT. And again, ours is super responsive.
So Irene, I'm going to jump in and say a quick way you can also tell is if you go to the Chrome store, there's on the left-hand side, it says Loudoun County Public. Hold on. Why don't I just do it and share my screen and show you real quick?
That would be so brilliant. Thank you.
Chrome Web Store, then I'll share my screen once it's up. Okay. Shoot. Let me present now. Entire screen. Tuck, you got somebody ready for me as soon as I'm done? All right, hold on.
is next.
All right. So when I present my screen, over here I'm at the Chrome Web Store, right? When it says Loudoun County Public Schools, these are the things that are vetted that can be added as extensions for students, right? You might have greater access as teachers to stuff you want to try, but as far as students go, this is what they can access. So that's a quick way to know is just make sure you've clicked on this link right here. So, all right. Stop sharing. All right, who did you say is next, Tucker?
Nicola Lay.
Oh, that would be me. So I just learned this like a few days ago, tinkering with video. So let me do the. So this is really useful because when you can record tutorial videos, it's like Screencastify. So I used to think I had to do Screencastify, now I don't have to. So let me present my screen. I'm just gonna be really clumsy here because I've not done this before for other people. So share the entire screen. And there we go. So everybody knows that WeVideo lives in Google LCPS Go, right? And you click in with Google. And so LCPS Go, and you find the triangle, and you get into WeVideo. I already have a folder set up, but you can always follow the plus sign and create the project. So you start, and just start with the blank screen is easiest to start. And then you just look for the record function right here. Okay, and right here you can record yourself or record the screen, or both you and the screen. So pretty much you can have you talking video on top, and then the screen will show at the bottom track, and you can turn that into one video. Or you can just do the screen without showing your face. And so I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to hide this real quick. Okay, And so click the screen and then click next. Microphone is there, it's recording. So right here, if you want to, if you click this, then it shows all your tab on the top. Kind of messy. You can do window or you can just do the Chrome tab. If you do Chrome tab, then it records only what you're showing in video. So I'm going to do just video. And it counts down 1, 2, 3 and go. And it records what you say here, like right now. Let's say I am going to drag down this image. Let's say I'm going to put down, and then I'm going to do a little green screen to just show people how it is done. There we go. And then you can delete the green. Go to the person, get rid of the eraser and erase the green. So there's the background, and then you save the changes right here. Okay, so that's it. The whole thing is recording. So anytime you want to stop recording, you click the stop right here. Okay. So now it asks you, you want to cancel what you just recorded or you want to save it. And when you click save, then it shows you right here in your media box. It lives there. It also automatically is in your track down here. And so you can play with it. Right? And go. And it records what you said. Like right now, let's say I am going to drag down this image. Let's say I'm going to put down, okay, and then so that is your recording of what you just show on the screen. And then if you're happy with what you did, you can cut and you can edit and you can do whatever you want. And let's say if you're happy with that, then you can just click the word finish right here. And you give it your final name, I don't know, just experiment or whatever. And then you click set, and that cooks into an MP4 for you. This means everybody can access it or close it. And then you can put a copy in your Google Drive, and you click export. And then it lives in the export tab. Okay? And that can be an MP3 that you can download, or if you want to share it, you have to click the green button earlier for the public. You can share it, or you can download it and use the video as you see fit. So that's pretty much a quick and dirty way.
Nicola, that is fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is a strategy we use all the time. I'm going to add one last, again, expanding on this just for a second. There's a next step after you're done with the video. And
okay.
Anyone want to guess? Anyone going to want to guess what I'm going to say the next step is once you're finished with the video? Anyone know me well enough to say what I'm going to guess, what I'm going to say? Huh? It starts with a C. That's right, Jenny Douglas. You got to put captions on that, right? There's students with hearing impairments, parents with hearing impairments. So you take that video and you might be like, how do I put captions on it? Well, I'm going to not show you right now because that could be a whole training in itself, but we made a Google Doc that explains you how to do that. So I put it in the chat, and I'll also put it over in the spreadsheet as well. So cool. Thank you, Nicola. That was such an awesome strategy, and that's how easy it is to share a strategy. Who's next, Tuck? Who do we got next?
Carol Herchelroth. Sorry if I mispronounced that.
All right, Carol, you're up. Come on down.
Oh, that's me. Good job with the last name. You almost got it.
Thank you.
Let me share my screen real quick. So I'm just going to share two extensions that you can put onto Chrome. The first one is up here. It's called Custom Cursor, and it will be a way to engage some of the littles. I mean, the high schoolers might like it too, but you can change your cursor to be something that's colorful or eye-catching so that the kids can see what you're pointing at when you're presenting your screen and teaching. Right now, I love Minions, so mine's a little minion, but there's lots to choose from. So that's one quick, easy extension to help engage your kids. And then the other one is called Loom, and it's another way to record videos if you like a way that's very, very simple. I like this one out of all the video recorders because it's very simple to use. So you just click on it, and you can either do your screen and a camera video of yourself. You could do screen only, or you could do yourself only. So you get to pick all three of those, and then when you record, it saves it as a website that you can send out a link, and the kids can get to it directly. They don't have to go through YouTube or anything like that. So anything I missed?
No, you didn't miss anything, but I will add to Carol that custom cursor thing. So one of the other good uses of that is that it makes your cursor, when you do the custom cursors, there's something you can do where you can add your own video, like upload it, sorry, your own image, like a custom cursor. So again, your superhero pose, right? You could do one that is a superhero pose of you, or another one like pointing up in the sky, and then you become the pointer, which one is really compelling, I think, for students and fun, but two, it also makes it larger. So your cursor is a little bit easier for people to see, especially if you have visual impairments, but even not, a larger size cursor might be easier for kids when you're making videos to just know where you are on the screen. You know what I mean? So,
Yep,
yeah, exactly.
There's also a button. There's a button where you can make it bigger, 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 bigger.
Look at that. I mean,
there's a massive one. Thank you. I didn't know about the uploading your own. That's really cool. I'll have to try that.
Yes, awesome. All right, thank you so much for sharing. Good stuff so far, everybody. How to record that custom cursor. Irene, that was awesome with web paint. All right, who's next, Tucker?
Karen Carr.
Karen Carr. All right, Karen, come on down. You're the next contestant. It's not really a game show, but Karen, you here?
Yeah, sorry, I'm on two screens, so I had to figure out how to unmute. This is for, I'm a high school math teacher, so for me, in pre-calc, I do a lot of worksheets, I do a lot of things like that. So figuring out a way to get worksheets to students on a screen that they could write on, I use OneNote. If you're not familiar with OneNote, this might go a little over your head, so I apologize. But for those who've been using it, it's a godsend. So I have a sandbox where I've added like Kayla and you on here because Kayla's in my school and I know I can. And I'm going to show how to push out a worksheet. So, oh shoot, I'm not sharing, am I? Give me a second. Let me present. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I'm sharing. Okay, so can everyone see my desktop?
It's coming, Karen. It's coming.
Okay. Okay, can everyone see now?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see it, Karen.
Okay, so if you are familiar with OneNote at all, it's what I do all of my notes on in a Google Meet. It's what I do my lectures on. Supposedly when Schoology is up, it will load all of your students into OneNote for you. I have just uploaded I've just imported a couple teachers that I know personally. But this is how you upload a worksheet and push one out to your students. You come up here to the Teacher Only tab, and it will ask you to add a page. So you have to add a page. And then on this page, you can insert whatever you want. You can insert an image, you can insert a worksheet, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. I'm going to insert a worksheet, and I'm going to call it worksheet. Okay, and then this file button lets you upload whatever you want. So I'm going to upload a worksheet from my desktop. I'm going to do my day one classwork. So insert that. And if I'm going through this really quickly, I don't mind doing a private meeting with teachers to teach them how to do this because it took me a while to learn. So you see that I have my worksheet for pre-calculus uploaded. So what you do is you make sure that this page is highlighted. You come up here to class notebook, and I'm going to distribute the page across the entire class. And I'm going to put it into my sandbox 3. Next, I want this to go into the practice or the assignment folder for my students, and I distribute it. And now if Chris were to go into OneNote or Kayla were to go into OneNote, I'll go into Chris's folder and go into his assignments.
I'm in your class? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just added you. You're my guinea pig. And click on worksheet. The worksheet will pop up on his Chromebook, and he can actually write his answers on here. And then in class notebook, I can go back and I can review his work and see what he did.
So I have a question because we were contemplating possibly using this OneNote was new to me. When they're using the worksheet, like, can they use it like it's a worksheet? There's a special section below the worksheet where they should put their answers. Do you see what I'm saying?
Supposedly, again, and I just figured this out yesterday. Supposedly, they can write right on it because they have the touch screen. That he can open this and like write, infinity here. And when I go back to review his work, I will see what he has written on his screen.
Nice. Okay.
Crystal's like, yeah.
Yeah. For math teachers, this is a godsend.
That's probably one of the problems is we want the students to have this opportunity to do more paper and pencil stuff, but we want to see it virtual and combining those two things. So this is a very good thing because I've heard of OneNote, but yeah, we've contemplated using it. Thank you. That was
you're welcome. And feel free to email me. And because I'm going to do like a little mock lesson sometime with a couple people from my school. If you want to be a part of that, just email me. I'll invite you.
Thank you very much.
Karen, this was awesome. Thank you so much. I think Microsoft has a lot of great accessibility features as well, like immersive reader. What I'm going to ask you to do, if you haven't looked at it yet, Crystal, Karen, or any other math teacher that's someone who teaches math, is look at these features and compare them with what you can do with the tool called Equatio. Equatio is a tool that we have the math department, or I guess really DDI accessed it. The Department of Digital Innovation got it. And it is specifically meant to do these things where OneNote is more of a global thing. You know what I mean? Equatio is designed specifically for math. It has a white space area where you can bring in geometry images and all sorts of things. And kids can hit the play button and have the text read out loud. So if they're having trouble reading the equation, you know what I mean, or the text around the equation, they can hear it. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, that's what that number is. Imagine if you have dyscalculia or dyslexia. So there's probably some disadvantages compared to OneNote, but I would invite you to kind of just play with it, dork around with it a little bit and see like, oh man, this is really good. It has the sharing feature as well, where students can turn in their work that way and you can see it all. So check it out. Equatio is what it's called. And it's an extension in the Google, in Google Chrome.
Okay. Well, this has immersive reader too, but I don't know if it's with if I've uploaded a PDF, if it will read the PDF or if it will only read what I've typed into OneNote. That is
there's your answer, Karen.
Okay.
But yeah, exactly. Okay. But watch, Equatio will be able to do that.
Okay.
Now it won't do immersive reader, but they'll be able to hear it out loud.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, Trish is asking, how do you use TextHelp? TextHelp is a company, not a tool, Trish, and it's got tons of stuff like Read and Write for Windows and Read and Write for Google Chrome, and Equatio is under that company. So that's a whole nother training. But feel free to email me and be like, Chris, how do you? And I'll put you in contact with somebody that can teach you more about it, or ask your IFT. All right, Karen, that was awesome. Love that stuff. Tucker, what's next?
Up next, we have Tiffany Brocious.
Oh my gosh, I know Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi. Hey, I have 3 things to show you. All right. Now, 2 of them I haven't really played with too much, but I think they're cool and I can't wait to try them. And then 1 I've been using for feedback for PD. So the first one that I wanted to show you is it's called Really Great Reading. I'm going to have to present here, aren't I? Let me see. Come on. Okay. So the first one, see if I can stick this down in here, if this will work. I think here's the URL, or not the URL code, but just the code for it. But this is just a way for those, I teach reading and work with special education students. That's why Chris and I know each other. Plus, he knows my daughter got married this summer, right, Chris?
I bet it was great.
Backyard wedding, COVID style, and it worked out well. Okay, so anyhow, so this is a letter tile thing, and I have not had a chance to really play with it, but I see that you can do some writing on it. And I also see that you can do some making words on it. To me, this is very exciting because when I'm teaching OG, I have a feeling I'm going to be able to use this. I need to dive more into it, but I thought it was cool. I just wanted to show it to you. I learned about it when I went to a Pathways workshop this week from somebody from Teachers College. So I wanted to show that one to you. The other one that I wanted to show you that I haven't had a chance to do a lot with is called whiteboard.fi. And my hope is that I'm going to use this today, and I'm going to try to figure out what it is and how to work it for a class. But basically, it has a whiteboard on here. Some of my math friends who do special education, they said that this is awesome to do math problems and to have the kids write all over this. Now, for me, I was thinking that I might say in OG, I have to say things like the sound is B. And so if we're going to have them do that, then they can do the B. And my hope is that I'm going to be able to see my whole class at the same time. So I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on that or has played with that, but that is something that I'm going to be working on today. But both of those I thought were really cool. The last one that I have to share with you, I learned from one of the instructional facilitators that works at Round Hill, Kayla. I stole this idea from her, and this is called a video ask, and I love this, and I'm learning a little bit more about it every day. But the idea behind it is that you can send a video. Here's me.
Into other levels that are assigned within glad you could join us today. I'm listening to Jenny right now talking about the past assessment. I'd like to see if you would provide some feedback into how you feel like this first step has gone. We've been so excited to have you here, and we would love any kind of feedback that you would like to share with us. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
And then what happens is when I go back to my video ask, let's see if I can go back in here. From session 1 feedback, now here's the thing we just learned, Jenny and I just learned this today. We're gonna have to ask for the addresses, but look, I have all this feedback. And so my supervisor wants to know about feedback on our presentations, and here we have it all, and we can make different lists of things, but it's really cool. I was trying to see if there's one, they can record themselves, they can video back to you, or we had somebody just talk into it, and it was really kind of cool. So I just wanted to show you those 3 things. I love this video ask. I think as my job is a specialized instructional facilitator of reading, and right now we're so involved in, I'm gonna stop sharing. Right now we're so involved in PD PD and working on things in PD that we haven't really had a chance to get out to schools so much because of being so involved in PD. We've been able to get to some CLT meetings, but I was thinking last night is I might send a video ask out to all the teachers that I'm working with and make it kind of a survey and say, hey, how can I help you? Here are different ways that I can support you. Do you want me to come in and do this? Do you want me to do that? What do you need? And then they can record right back to me and tell me what they want to do. And I just thought that was a cool way to use it. That's all.
Awesome, Dr. B. Thank you so much. Those are 3 great ones. Come on. Had anyone ever heard of video ask before? Or was that brand new, right? I mean, come on. I had not heard of video ask. That's awesome.
You did not hear a video ask? Oh my
No.
God. I'm going to play the lottery today.
That is great. Okay, so who's next, Tucker?
Heidi True, come on down.
All right, guys. Thank you, Tucker. Thank you, Chris. Let me present my screen. All right. Can everyone see the screen? Yes? No? No,
not
not
yet.
yet. It's coming. It's slow today. Here.
Do you know how to make it go faster, Heidi?
How should I make it go faster, Chris?
Yeah, people don't know that if you tap your foot. Oh, see, look, it worked.
All right, here we go, guys. So this one I hope is new to you all. It's one of my favorites. And if you're not great with Google Sheets, don't worry. It does all the scary coding for you. So you can make all kinds of games and formative assessments with flippity.net. So I'm going to show you one of the ones. It's kind of like Quizlet, but it's cooler. So if you want to make flashcards, or you can even empower the students to make their own flashcards, I'm just going to go in demo mode, and then I'll show you the back end. But there's tons of things. So you can make, so you would have your original flashcards done, and you can just flip them over. It can say them. It can also say them in other languages, so you have that accessibility there for your EL students as well. I'm not going to make it talk. You can see them in list view. And what you can see here is you can also put images with your cards. So you can have the pictures. You can also put a video in there if you would like, as in this one has the video explaining the atomic element number 3. You can do it as practice mode. So the students would be typing their answer there. You can do a matching and more. This is where I like it, because one set of flashcards, when you create it, will create a bingo game for you. It will create a crossword. Manipulative, so that's like kind of matching them, sorting them, category sorts. The matching game. Quiz show, which is Jeopardy. Randomizer wheel, super cool. This is awesome for story writing because it gives you the who, what, when, where. And it's basically this kids create a whole story from that. So you can be like, who's your subject? What did they do? When? How did whatever the event is happen? So it's great for languages. Scavenger hunt, super fun. Snowman is hangman. Word cloud, word searches, word scrambles. You can print out a quiz if you want. So all of that's just from making flashcards, which if you go to the back end of it, I'll show you what it looks like. Go to the template, which is just a Google Sheet. Simple Google Sheet. Yes, I'll make a copy. And it'll open. Here it comes. All right, so the key tip here is you don't touch the blue. Blue equals bad. So never ever mess with the blue color up top. You mess with that, all the coding that's in the form does not work. You can change your audio here if you want. So you can pick what language you need. There are tons of options. Pick your language, or you can set it to none. You can type in whatever's on side 1, whatever goes on side 2. If you want to change your card color, so maybe you're sorting things into categories, you can do that. You can also change the text color if you want to do that. When you're ready, you go to File. Big step here that you can't forget is Publish to the web. Hit Publish. Yes, it's there. You don't have to do anything with it. Then you go to the second tab, which says Get Link Here. Click that link. And it opens up. Presto Chango, you now have made a set of flashcards. So it's super cool. My favorite, I love the quiz show. That's like one of my faves that I use because I'll demo it. It also does math for you. I am not great in math, So I have like, I can just click one, okay.
Oh, come on. Heidi, we got to do the Simpsons.
Okay, I'll do the Simpsons, Chris. There we go.
I'll take
Teamwork
Simpsons
is
for
great.
300.
And you guys don't hear the sound because I probably didn't turn the sound on. So here you go. Chris wants Simpsons for 300. All right, Chris. Oh, it's a special one.
Okay.
What is the name of Springfield's baseball team?
Tucker?
Tucker?
I know it. I was thinking of this yesterday.
The isotopes. They're the
yeah,
isotopes.
the isotopes. That's right. I knew it had something to do with that.
Right.
I'm failing as a father.
And then if I go here, you can see it should have given Tucker points. It didn't give Tucker points. That's weird.
Because I didn't get it right.
Did I hit? I didn't hit wrong. That was for 300, Tucker, so I can correct it. That's a nice thing. You got it right. But it's really cool how it does it, and it tracks. The kids love it. I love using Flippity, so I hope this is new for you all.
Heidi, 2 quick questions for you.
go for
Okay,
it,
because this is awesome. First, the custom cursor that you're using, did you just learn that here and go get it installed and choose it?
No, I got that from you back in Inspire Loudon.
Oh, okay, great. Awesome. You watched that video from the demo slam. Sweet.
Yes.
Second, when you went and made a copy to create can you show, okay. How did you get a Google Sheet to make a copy? Like, I know you can go file, make a copy, but when it came up, it said, you know what I'm talking about? Can you show people that real quick?
Yeah, like how to force copy something in the sheet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's really super helpful for people that don't know this, right?
Yeah. So I could take literally Chris's sheet right here. And if I took this right here, and I'll just show you guys here, if you undid where it says edit, if you take and highlight from edit all the way to the end and you change that to copy, it's basically like putting something in a copy machine. And then that gives them a copy. I'm not going to change your link, Chris.
Yeah.
But
if you were to take that now and paste it someplace
else,
someone clicks on that link, it forces them to make a copy and they can't mess with your original. Is that a good tip
what
for
you
people?
guys might want to use in Schoology. Like if you need to force out a copy, I used it on all my hyperdocs. It's a great way. It's like another little hack. Or if you just want someone to see your slideshow and not be able to like click through and mess with things, you can put it to preview. And then it presents your slideshow in full screen. There's another hack for you. I know all kinds of hacks. All right.
Heidi, that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course. My pleasure, guys.
Okay, so Tucker, who's next? We've got about 15 minutes left, maybe 10-ish, so we can have some final thoughts. But who do we got next, Tuck?
Up next, we have Jessica Morris.
Okay,
Jessica.
Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you. Yeah, the seeing, not so much.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to just share it. Go ahead.
There we go.
Mine's just a quick tip about, I teach kindergarten. And so one of the concerns I had was when we do breaks, I like to do a lot of brain breaks, a lot of bathroom breaks because we have a lot of accidents. And so one of the things I want to do is make it easier so that they didn't have to log off and then log back on every time we took a break. And so I found this website called, can you see this?
We can.
Classroom Screen. And so what you do is you, instead of having them all log off, you tell them, okay, mute your screen, turn off your camera, and then you can, as a teacher on your end, present your screen. And you can pick from any of these different pictures, or you can upload your own. And so I'm going to pick a beach. I'm going to add in a drawing tool. If there's a student that really doesn't have anything to do and they just want to draw on here, they can go and draw on here. I can put a timer if I wanted to. I can say, okay, guys, when the stopwatch goes off in 10 minutes, you need to return. You can put a clock, you can put a calendar, you can do anything you want on here. They can play a dice game. And yeah, that was my.
I love this. Can we see the stand timer one?
Yeah. I'm going to take, oh my gosh. I don't know how to take them off yet. Clear.
Okay.
Clear.
Oh, there's the X button. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Jessica, is there a way to see what everybody's doing at once? So for instance, if you ask everybody to draw something that you can see everybody's at one time?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just like on their end they see it. I haven't played with it enough. I just thought it would be nice to just have a back screen and then, or a background and then like a stopwatch. That's as far as I went with kindergarten.
Okay.
But it's definitely something you guys can play with. I don't know. I thought it was cool. And you can also put a QR code, so maybe a link to like a yoga room or a go noodle dance or whatever it is.
Jessica, can we test the sound level one? Come on, that'll be fun. Let's see what the sound.
Maybe on the spot. Where's the sound level one?
Right next to the QR code, there was a little microphone.
Oh, this one.
Oh, you stopped sharing though, your screen.
Ah, sorry.
That's all right. I'll play with it later. Play with it. We'll get... Thank you so much. That was awesome. All right, Tuck, who's next?
Up next is Crystal Jones. Unless, yep.
Oh, I know Crystal.
Crystal Jones.
Yes, how are you? This is very simple. I'm not really going to show you. I'll just present and put the directions up here so you guys can take a picture with your phone. This is Duelist.
Crystal, hold on. We can't see your screen. Can you share your... There it is. Okay, it's coming.
I think it's catching
a little
up.
lag.
So I didn't create these directions. Took them. One of our CIFRs actually typed these up. But this has been really nice. It's also known as the poor man's dual screen. Oh, sorry, my camera was not working, or I had to post it over it. This is also known as the poor man's dual screen. So I love the nickname for it. So if you want to just take a picture of that, this actually helps when you're doing synchronous instruction, so you can have a split screen on your computer. So I'm gonna, if you look right up here, this is what it's gonna look like up at the top for your Google, for your Chrome extensions. So I'm just gonna click that. And we found that the 3-7 split works really well for presenting. So if I click that 3-7, can you see that?
Yes, looks awesome.
How it split the screen. So, you know, it's just a really nice way. Like I said, poor man's dual screen is what they refer to it. I've seen. So, but enjoy. That's it. I did a photo of the directions. They're in the Google slide.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, you mean they're in the Google Sheet?
Yes, the Google Sheet.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay, great. Thanks, Crystal. So appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Who is next, Tucker?
Our next lucky contester is Catherine McAllister.
Oh, hi, Catherine.
Not yet. Okay. So I'm presenting my screen. I just wanted, this may be something that everybody already knows about, but I'm going to share about Pear Deck. I teach special ed, but it's also really applicable for, you know, any grade. Just that my sheets look a little different than yours would. This is how you would take any Google slide or any PowerPoint presentation, and you can make it interactive for the students. So here's a sample where I've taken the question and the 5 answer choices. And right now it says students can drag the icon. I'm looking at the teacher side. So what I want to show you is, this is something you'd have to look into, but I'm going to open Pear Deck because I already have this set up. It's going to create a code. And what the students do is they put a code in. I'm going to start the lesson. I'm going to make it instructor paste. And what the students do is they go over here to joinpd.com, and all it says is it says enter code. So I'm going to go back. It's still loading my code. So the code's always 5 letters, ERWGJ. ERWDJ. ERWGJ. Automatically logs them into that same slideshow. it always asks a question as they're getting the meeting ready to start. And I will start the class. And so on the student side, what they see is they see the same page. Here's their red dot. And so I would either read the question or whatever, and they can indicate their answer. And the reason I like this, and I'm using it with our curriculum that they can actually log in and do on their own, but I like this because I can see or hear that the student's doing this on their own and whether how much parent support they're getting. So I can also go open dashboard. And I can see all the students working at the same time. So right now I'm the only student that's joined the PD, but over here you could see all the students' answers, and so you can give them that immediate feedback. I have another example, which I'm not going to open up. I'm just going to explain how we used it. I used it this summer a lot with my ESY students. So this student had to identify numbers up to 120, and he also had to write numbers up to 120. So we had a really hard time trying to figure out how do we get that student to be able to write and like other than holding a paper up. So to identify the numbers, if you look at the bottom, it says drag the icons and there's 3, a red, orange, and a yellow icon. So we would give the student 3 numbers. For example, we would do 69, 70, and 71. And the student would drag those icons onto 69, 70, and 71. So we could see if he could identify the numbers. And there was a lot of times where he might do 67 instead of 76, so, you know, get the numbers reversed. So that was really cool. And then using the same 120 chart to write his numbers, I set it up differently where at the bottom it says students write your answer. So he would see this screen and then he'd have a blank where he would type 48, 49, and 50. Additionally, he had to do addition and subtraction with a number line. So we provided the number line for a visual reference for him, and he would, you know, use his finger or whatever to count back, and then he would drag this green dot, or he could use the green dot to count back and leave the dot on his answer. So I know a lot of people have had some PD with it, but I think it's a super awesome way to get that live, immediate student response. And it's a little more than just talking to them and having them passive. So that's all I want to say.
Catherine, you've got some questions over in the chat. Awesome. We have trainings like this for SPED, math, reading. Yeah, sure, Cynthia. Sure. So can I show you something real quick? Relation to this, everybody. One of the questions came up, Kayla, I think it was you that may have said, hey, do you need parent permission for Pear Deck? And a way you can find out what technology that we know of that you might need parent permission for is something called the EdTech catalog. So the EdTech first, you can always go ask your IFT, but what they're going to check, because they don't keep all that information in their head, and they might be working, EdTech might be working on a newer version of this. So, you know, what I have might be just a slightly like the old version, but it's the one I currently know about as they build the new one. I'm going to pop it into the chat here. It's called the EdTech catalog, and it kind of gives you the status of the technology, and it tells you, so if you click on that link to the EdTech catalog, you can do a search for Pear Deck, for instance. And if there is any, and so when I hit a search for, yeah, okay. I'm going to let you do it on your own rather than share my screen. But when you do it, you'll be able to get to a page that has the status of Pear Deck. And it does say, hold on, I will share my screen real quick. Why not? Okay, so this is it. Like I searched for it in the EdTech catalog, and here it says It gives me a little status, and there's something about parent permission here, right here, status, parent consent required. Now, maybe that's different because your school has purchased it. There might be variations, but this from a county level, you can see the status of different ed tech tools. Cool, did you know about that? All right, Tucker, I think we have time for maybe one more if someone's quick. So who's our last person?
Tina Rosen.
Hi, everybody. This will be super duper quick. I'm the librarian over at Tolbert, and my assistant from last year is now the librarian at Algonquian, and she just shared this with me yesterday, and it's awesome. I'm gonna present my screen. It's just basically, this is more for an aesthetic kind of thing. I get particular when I make my slideshows. So, and other things. So basically what you want to do, if you want to take that box from behind an image, if you don't want it, if you don't want that white box or whatever color box behind an image, you just go to remove BG. You do not have to log in. You just go to upload an image and find that image. Like I found this particular one with these kids holding some laptops, but there was this white background I wanted to take away. I opened it up, it processed it, and it removed the background, and then you just download it. And it says this will be discarded after 60 minutes, so you make sure you download that file, and then I was able to upload it into my slideshow without that big box around it.
Tina, this is awesome. That is so awesome and so super easy to use. Let me also advocate for one of the reasons I really like that tool and advocate for removing backgrounds is that it can, the visuals we use can often be distracting, not really adding to the pedagogical experience, the learning experience, you know, and certain students get really distracted by the busyness of backgrounds. So really cutting it out and maybe even having a high contrast, like putting it a solid black background or something, replacing the background with something else can be really eye-catching and helpful for kids. So I think that's an awesome tool. Thank you for sharing it. Okay. Oh, we got 3 minutes left. So I'm going to kick us back over to, we're going to end there with Tina. Thank you all for you shared. If you did not get to share and you really wanted to, Tucker, we probably had, how many people are still on the list that we didn't get to?
4.
4 more people, right? Feel free to, 1, come on back. We're doing this 3 more times, right? So come on back. 2nd, put at least your name and your strategy over on the spreadsheet so people can share and look at what you were going to share, even though you didn't get to do it. And then final thoughts, don't forget to go over to the back to the Schedule and sign into the My Learning Plan attendance sheet, right? And I wanted to end, well, let me share my screen again. I wanted to end with a final thought. 2 final thoughts. Yes, can someone post, someone's asking for the spreadsheet. Can someone put the link to the spreadsheet as I give the final thoughts here, which are this. There are 2 more resources that you should know about. One, if you haven't already signed up for the workplace group, the tips and tricks, I find it extremely helpful. You get a little email anytime someone places a new tip or trick in that group. If you're not familiar with Workplace, it is like Facebook, but it's closed to just Loudoun employees, Loudoun County Public Schools employees. So yeah, definitely sign up for that because it's little hacks like this that people have been experiencing and they found useful that they share over there. And the second, just last week, we launched a new website called the Inclusive Design website that has a bunch of different supports like this, using it from an inclusive standpoint. So when I was talking about text-to-speech with math and things like that, or reading, there's a bunch of different little tools here and short little videos that explain how to use these and what they, how they're helpful. Here, for instance, is math. I mentioned that Equatio thing. We'll have to add, but here's some quick tutorials on Equatio so you can wrap your brain around, okay, what is that, math teachers, if you're teaching math. So lots of cool stuff to explore here. We're continuing to add to it, and we're doing it from a standpoint of kind of like a problem first, and then, so I'm trying to teach math what strategy can I use? There's something called formula prediction. And then what tool can I use? Well, Equatio, here's how you would do it. I'm trying to teach writing. And so what would I be doing? I'm going to show word prediction. And here's a way that word prediction would help. So, and my last thought here at 10:15 is to remind you that the key to successful design and using this technology is in the options it provides. So what that means is if you force every kid to make a video ask, or make every kid use really great writing, or make every kid do annotate using web paint, there'll be some kids that feel left out and they'll struggle with those tools. The trick to good design is providing options and using these technologies as inviting the students to use them as their own personal choice. All right, everybody, I hope you had a great time sharing. Please spread this out, tweet your friends, talk to your friends, tell them how awesome this one was. I hope you all enjoyed it, and have a great rest of the day. Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Chris and Tucker.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
I'm going to stop recording.